what's up, you guys? It's Shekinah with Purpose Joy.
Hey y'all, this is Allison, aka Akila Ensemble.
And we are here with another self-care Saturday. And as you can see, we got some special guests here today, and we're going to allow them the opportunity to introduce themselves in just a second. But we want to kind of talk to you about what we're doing today. This is another one of our infamous King's Care segments. Now, when we did our last one, it's basically trying to introduce the conversation around what mental health looks like for our men, what we can do to assist them in their mental health journey and their self-care journey, and just what support looks like for them.
Right. And like you said, the first one we did was like a conversation starter. So now we're just continuing the conversation, keeping men, self-care, mental health, that conversation going, and adding more perspectives to the conversation.
Yes, and that's our perspectives. We would like to allow you guys to introduce yourselves. Whoever wants to go first can go ahead and go, and we'll just go from there.
I'll go first. My name is DJ Dwayne, aka your fitness extraordinaire. That's all I got.
Well, my name is Jason Perry. I work at the University of Montevallo, coordinating the Montevallo MAID program, and I'm an associate licensed counselor.
My name is Kerry Fountain. I am a local artist who work currently with the Birmingham Museum of Art. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Awesome.
Right.
But welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. And without further ado, we'll just go ahead and get started. We got some questions that we sent these guys prior to, and just questions around self-care. So we'll just go ahead and jump into it with asking you guys, what is self-care to you?
Anybody could go first. Doesn't matter.
Well, I would say that self-care to me and for me is just a personal investment in myself in all aspects of my life. And so when I think about self-care, when I approach self-care, even though I'm passionate about the work I do, even though I'm passionate about others, I know that I have to invest in myself to give others my best. So self-care is just that accountability for myself to make sure I'm at my best and I'm doing my best for the people that I serve.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, self-care would be more so, like you said, holding yourself accountable, but more so when it comes to your emotions and just kind of hone in and keep them in control. So I would say like just taking that time by yourself and making sure you really pay attention to yourself in certain situations and how you react, and kind of like understand when you are in equilibrium, and then come out of it, know how to get back to it.
I think self-care for me is about being honest with myself and how I feel, and pushing myself to I like to think of it like, our highest self is infinite, our spirit is infinite. So in order to be your highest self, you should always be trying to push yourself to remind yourself that you're infinite. And sometimes that takes discipline, hard work, and creating good habits. And so for me, that's what self-care is. But also being conscious of rest and relaxing and getting the time you need to recharge.
Thank you.
Yeah. That rest part hit different.
That was good.
For real. Absolutely. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm on the go 1,005 times. And I'm fully aware of what you guys do. So I know y'all on the go all day, every day. And that like whole thought about giving yourself time to rest and giving yourself that excuse, like just not even knowing that it's not an excuse, knowing that's something you need. It's a non-negotiable. You need to live. Super important.
Right.
I love it. Yes.
I've been taking naps more. I actually just took a really good nap before I got my hair. And like I've been doing that lately. I just kind of feel old, but like I need it. I'll take like an hour.
Those naps will change your life, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Those naps, they give you that extra boost to go an extra mile. They really do.
All right. All I need is that 30. All I need is that 30. All I need is at 30. In between sessions would be just.
Oh
It's
yeah,
great.
yeah. I
It's great.
agree.
Oh, and look, Braxton! Hey! How are you, buddy?
Right.
Right.
Hey, great. Sorry to be so late. I just ate. All right. So, self-care to me. I'm Braxton. Gentlemen that don't know, sorry about that. And self-care to me personally is setting yourself up to be comfortable and in the right position of health and everything that you endeavor, as far as life goes. So planning for 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead, and doing what needs to be done now to get to that point. That's my overall gist of self-care.
Okay, the plan.
Right.
I love to see it. Love to see it. All right.
That's good.
Alice, you want to ask yours?
Sure, I definitely can. Okay, so what has your self-care journey looked like for you? Like, how has that started? Or when did it start? How does your self-care journey look like? Or what does that journey look
Is
like?
that for me since I'm late, or has everybody else already answered these questions?
Those for everyone.
Yeah.
We kind of like got this popcorn thing going on. You know how like when you're in class and people just kind of like you answer a question.
Mhm.
That's kind of the vibe we got going. So if whoever wants to answer first can, and then you can pick it back off of whomever. That
Right.
type of thing.
So I say my journey first started when I was kind of trying to learn more in my profession. I'm a personal trainer. Probably should have said that earlier. But in my profession, trying to learn more when it comes to psychology, nutrition, and trying to help people change their habits more so than just get them in shape for whatever they want to get in shape for. So going through that and understanding like small little steps towards your goal is going to work more than big step. And I'm kind of gung ho. I like to go 100 miles per hour, and learning that has helped a whole lot. And I think that's kind of the biggest thing taking away from the journey thus far.
That's awesome. That is good.
I'll piggyback off what my boy said.
DJ,
Okay.
you good?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off what DJ said. I mean, it's kind of the same for me. Like, I like to push myself and go 100 miles an hour, and then you realize you start to hit the gas too much. The gas starts to run out, and you get caught up. You get stuck. So I just kind of realized that with my profession, especially I put a lot into it. And, a lot of it was just chaotic, and it's like organized chaos, but that's kind of an excuse. And I just realized it's better when it's organized and when I can dedicate my time effectively, then I feel better.
Organized. Again.
I think it's easy to attribute success to how much we go, how much we move, how much we getting done. I think I've heard several celebrities, just talk about how they don't sleep or how rich people don't sleep or different things that we think are associated with success, or we like to think that if we are doing these things for ourselves, then we're not doing enough for our business or we're not doing enough for our own success. And so that was a huge problem that I had throughout college and my early career, just trying to figure out just thinking I'm behind, thinking that I'm not keeping up with my peers. And so when I started investing in myself more, then I started to see myself really elevate in the way that I wanted to, because I was at my best self. So my self-care journey really just started when I started prioritizing myself.
Hey, I think all of us can feel that, and well said, my dog, because
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Allison, can you reiterate the question for me one more time?
Oh, no problem. So, what has your self-care journey looked like
Okay, thank you. For me personally, my self-care journey is it's always a working process. You start one day and you go for a week or you go for 2 weeks and something comes up and you off track for 2 or 3 weeks and then you start back. So for me it's an inconsistent journey trying to stay on the right path, continue to do the things that I have set forth for myself, but like everybody else was saying, you get caught up doing stuff and you'll be off track. So you know, it's inconsistent personally.
Yeah. I think that's for everybody though. We always like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna focus on me. And then we get caught up in what society may say or what social media may say. And it's like, you know what? It's my journey.
Yeah.
It's for me. It ain't for you.
Yeah.
And it's tailored just for Allison Johnson. Like your self-care journey, my self-care are two completely different things.
Right.
But they all resonate with you trying to grow and be better as a person, as a man, as a queen. We all trying to take better care of ourselves.
Right. And I think too, the best point that everyone's shared how it's not linear either. Like the journey isn't linear, and I think we kind of automatically think, no, I started this process, and this is supposed to equal this, and so on and so forth. But that's not how that works. Like it is a journey that doesn't necessarily have to mean that you go straight the whole time. It's up the hill, down the hill, around the corner. Maybe you have to come back a couple, bend the block a few times and stuff like that. But as long as you get to that place of self-awareness, which is what it sounds like everyone was able to reach or is reaching. That's the whole point,
Yeah.
I think that's great, guys.
Come on, self-awareness.
Awesome. We love it. We love to see it. We love to see it.
Yeah.
So, I want to know what helps you stay authentic to yourself, like stay in that place of authenticity, knowing you're being true to yourself. Mm-hmm. What are those things that help you stay grounded?
I say just surrounding myself with authentic people. Of course, your family is always going to keep you grounded, and they always going to make sure they tell you who you are and where you came from. But your peers are really who you are most of the time. So you got to surround you surround yourself with people who are going to, kind of in the same trajectory.
Absolutely.
I agree with that, DJ. That's a very important part to us as people. If we're around the people that we want to be, or if we're not around the people that we want to be, being influenced by certain groups of people can influence your trajectory going forward. And just like you were saying, to be who you are and be comfortable and be as real as you can be around the people you are, that's how you really know who you are. Like, you don't have to put on the front, watch what you say, all that, because you know who you are and you around the right people. So I agree.
I can't be the best of anybody but me. That's it.
That's real. Right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, relationships is definitely important. Also, I think writing is important. Reading and writing is important, and being as honest as you can, and like having a journal or something like that. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to be able to make art, and that helps me a lot. Whether to either make a song or painting or something like that, that I can be as honest and vulnerable as I want to be in that moment. Helps me work through a lot and keep myself grounded. It's therapeutic, so that's probably what I'll say.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think being validated really helps me to be comfortable and confident in who I am. And when you have someone who can celebrate you for being who you are, it makes you feel better about that. And so being around people, whether it's in your work or your personal life, that see you for who you truly are and celebrate that, who makes you want to be more of who you are. That's what really helps me. And so, especially in low moments, getting around those people is really important to me because they help bring me back up.
That's awesome.
Right.
It's
I
all
love
about that
that.
foundation. It's all about that
Right.
foundation.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. Warm my heart. Okay, so another question. What are you guys' thoughts on therapy?
Therapy is good.
You don't have to give the same answer. You can be honest.
Yeah, you could be
As
really
honest as you
small.
need to be. Yeah.
Right.
I think therapy is great, good for everyone. Like everybody on this planet Earth could use therapy. It would be beneficial. I just like can't personally picture myself in a therapy chair, clinic, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it's just like the black man stigma of therapy, so to speak, you know what I mean? And I just gotta get that out of my head. But I just can't see myself in that position. Or not necessarily position, just in that setting, so to speak. But I think it's, beneficial.
What?
You mentioned that setting. What if it was just a round table discussion and you just chopping it up with a cool guy who happens to be a therapist and y'all are having a drink?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think for us and our people and the lack of therapy that we have received or the perception that we have on it already, I feel like the conversation basis, just like you were saying, having a drink, and having the exact same conversation is just the setting of it is what changes it for us in
You
general.
gotta take me to therapy.
Like for me personally, I don't feel the need, or I don't see, like people say, that I don't have to go sit I'm gonna sit here and talk to you. We're gonna say the exact same things to each other, and I'm gonna have a nice day. But I guess you have impersonable therapy with like your friends, when I guess you have heart to hearts or real conversations, just over a drink or just hanging out, versus going to sit in somebody's leather chair and telling them about your life.
The thing that's so funny, let me tell you. Okay, so
Feel it, sis.
this is the thing that's so funny about this. And Jason, I know you can attest to this. I don't even have. Do you have a leather chair in your? Is there a leather chair in your office?
Not in the office, no.
I mean, I'm just saying. For me, when it comes to like the therapeutic process and stuff like that, it can be so different. Like literally, this whole like the movement with telehealth and things like that is changing what we think and what we imagine therapy even is. And so even part of this platform in general, Purpose Joy in general, is all about that conversation and being able to have conversations like these so that we can kind of like break these stigmas that we're having about what it looks like, what therapy actually looks like. And therapy for real can be a group of you all sitting down talking, maybe not the alcohol part, but like a group of everybody sitting down talking, having conversations, because of the simple fact that it's a huge umbrella. It's a spectrum as far as what therapy is and how it identifies. So it's interesting to me, what is the part that scares you or deters you from it,
That's very common though. That's like the
It's
fifth
super
or
common.
sixth time that I've heard
Yes,
that scenario, sitting in a chair.
Another thing with that is, most people saying get out, and he was sitting in that chair, and we don't want to go to the sunken place.
Man,
I'm over it. I can't.
Oh
I
man.
can't. But anyway. Anyone else have anything?
Right. Let's keep this conversation going.
Jason, Carrie, please.
Yeah, I since getting in the counseling program at Montevallo, even before that, but especially after going through the program, I really see how important it is, specifically for people of color. I see how systems or cultures or different things that lend into how we think, or how we unintentionally harm ourselves or each other or things to that nature, that addressing those things could be so beneficial for the relationships that we have, and just how we live, how our happiness and all other aspects of ourselves. So there's a lot of things that I think that come with just getting over that initial hump, and that's something that I talk about every day in my work. And it's, it's not easy to get over that hump or to, take that first step. And yeah, as we talked about tons of times, Shekinah, that this is still a struggling field, just for Black males. Like I was like one of two in our program of 60, and so that's something for me personally that I want to see more of, for me to build up my own comfort, because you're asking people to be their most vulnerable selves in this space, and that's not the easiest thing to do. So I definitely think it's important, but as we continue to approach this, there is a need for those conversations like these, and a sensitivity to, this is a big step for our culture and for a lot of people. And so hopefully that's something that we can continue to work towards.
Right, absolutely. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, I feel this funny because I actually was having a conversation about this last night with a friend, talking about, oh, you should do therapy, and I was like, what therapy? What? And I've always kind of felt, I guess my opinions about it are, like my concerns, not concerns, but I guess reservations with it are, I can have these conversations. I have a lot of people in my life. I'm very honest. I have like, I have people I talk to, and I'm upfront. Like I don't really hide much. So I feel like I'd rather talk to someone who knows me inside and out than pay money to go sit in someone's chair for them to diagnose me, whatever. So that's something I battle with it in terms of thinking about it. But then I also see, the perspective of like, all right, this person is trained to help to uncover certain things. But then also my reservations with it are like, well, if I spent my life trying to be like how people told me to be, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Because I've spent a large part of my life like having to internally work things out, and kind of go left when certain people are going right, and like building confidence in that. So I guess like if someone came along and was like telling me the way I think or certain things I do ain't the right way to do it, part of me is like, who are you to tell me that? Because you don't really know me no more. So I mean, those are where I battle with it. But then ultimately, I do see the value in it in terms of like it wouldn't hurt to sit down and just have conversations. Like there's nothing to really lose from it. There's only something I guess you can gain from it. And man, I mean, and talking with my friend about it, I mean, there are certain things I think that are like maybe I don't even understand and how my brain is wired, based off experiences and things that I've gone through in my life that I don't even understand myself. So sometimes it does take a professional to help to uncover that. Because your friend's gonna tell you what you sometimes your friend's just gonna tell you what you want to hear. So it's a double-edged sword for me. I'm learning more, but I'm thinking about just trying it out, at least sitting down for once a month or something like that, just to like see what it's like.
Baby step.
Well, all right.
All right. I love it. I love the different perspectives
Love
on
to
it.
see it. This is beautiful. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. 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 Okay. All right. So we're coming to the tail end of this and we're wrapping this up.
Yes.
We appreciate all of your input and things like that. This has been phenomenal. Thank you for your honesty and your vulnerability in the space and things like that. So we're gonna tail it with this last question. What would you recommend to anyone that would like to start their own self-care journey or trying to think about like therapy or thinking about their mental health? They just now started this process. What would you suggest to them as far as guidance, or what advice would you give them?
Right. And think about it like somebody who could be maybe a mentee of yours, somebody who looks up to you that values your opinion. What would you try to tell them?
I would suggest like starting off with some sort of like meditation, maybe. 5 minutes every day, or 5 minutes when you're feeling stressed out, or just kind of need some time to yourself. Um, Phrases of affirmation. I am in control. I choose to be happy today. Stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would say commit to whatever it is. Commit to it. Stay consistent. Be persistent. Because every day is not easy. Every day is not the same. You're going to go through ups and downs in a single day. So don't expect this week to be like last week or tomorrow to be like yesterday. Just commit to whatever it is you're doing. Stay consistent. Be persistent. That's what I would say.
I would say, oh no, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Okay. I would say just be willing to learn more about yourself, and what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, what brings you relief. Be willing to invest in those things. Be willing to get into a habit of rewarding yourself, celebrating yourself, hyping yourself up. Set a weekly schedule for your self-care. Set out those times during the week and throughout the day that's protected. Those times where you you rejuvenate. This time helps you get through the week. And I'll say set that time out throughout every day. And invest in each particular aspect, whether that be physical self-care, mental self-care, emotional self-care. Find those different things, because I think where I see it as being most important is when life happens, when you have loss, or when you have financial trouble, or whatever it might be, whatever life circumstance. Those self-care activities are really going to be important then, and that your support system will really be important then.
I would say I would tell them that you have a choice. You can either be two ways in life. You can let life happen to you. You can take control of your life and create the life that you want for yourself. You can let life create you and happen to you and be a victim of life. And it all comes down to accountability and discipline. So ultimately, if you want to suffer, if you want people to feel sorry for you, then go ahead. It's your choice. But if you want to elevate yourself and be your highest self, you gotta keep yourself dedicated and fall in love with the work that it takes in order to be the best self you can be, and find pleasure in that, and realizing that life is a journey. Life is not a race; it's a marathon. So just because you ain't where you want to be right now, that don't mean you can't get there. And you gotta keep the focus and keep the discipline to become that person.
Yes,
That is so good.
all of that. Good.
Yes, that was great. My heart is full.
Yes, mine too. Yes, mine too. Did everybody go? Braxton, did you go?
He did.
Okay.
He did. Everybody went.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Okay, you guys. Well, that's basically, it.
Right.
I appreciate you. I value you. You're all amazing people. I'm so blessed to know you. And again, thank you for sharing your 2 pieces and your 5 cent and your whole dollar and your
Words
and
of
just
wisdom.
dropping all the gems and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically
That's the
yeah,
jam.
yeah.
That's the swoop.
Okay, you guys. So that was our King's Care segment part
2.
We appreciate you guys so much,
Yes.
Braxton, DJ, Carrie, and Jason, for adding your 2 cents,
Thank
dropping
y'all.
those gems, sharing all that lovely information with us. And hopefully this was beneficial for you. If you were a viewer. We just want to support our kings and make sure that they know that they're supported and loved and know that we got you.
Yes, we
got you.
appreciate them so much.
We got you.
We're here for you guys. Thank you, and Kings need self-care too.
It's very important. The
So-
king's care is very important.
King's care is a thing, okay?
But
It's important.
without further ado, we'll see
Yep.
you guys next time. This is our first time. We haven't done this in like 2 months.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Well, a long break.
Yeah, but we back.
It's been some other period.
Right.
But anyway, all right. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Right.
Bye.
Bye y'all.